Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? It's Benedictines the vegan. I'm back with another video to disagree with how a lot of things work in this world. It is important that we don't just agree with everything. We must question everything. If we are able to see that something isn't right, then we must not agree with it. Let's question everything. Let's keep on evolving so that we'll see the world as it really is. So that we'll be able to see the truth. You're not seeing the truth if you're not courageous enough to question everything. If you're not courageous enough to disagree with the things that you don't agree with. You have to be so real that you're not afraid of disagreeing with how things work in this world. Today I'll be talking about Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson is respected. Every time when I'm on TikTok, I come across this video talking about whatever. What I've realized is that a lot of people respect him. A lot of people believe that he's really that intelligent. He's the one. He's like the Messiah. But I want to show you something about Jordan Peterson. I want to show you why thinking like Jordan Peterson isn't good. Jordan Peterson is very optimistic. He doesn't really question the way that things work in the world. He believes that the way that things work in this world is okay. Jordan Peterson will make statements like, oh, do you think that all women are wrong and you are the only one who's right? You know, talking about men who complain about women. Now, I'm not saying that the men that complain about women are right. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not here to defend men. Jordan Peterson will say, oh, you think your ancestors were wrong for having children if you don't want to have children? Because for some reason, he's really against people who do not want to have children. He feels like that's wrong. And not only does he feel like that's wrong, he feels like it's stupid. It feels like people who don't want to have children are stupid. He's so passionate about the topic of, having children. It's really funny to me that he feels like people choosing not to have children is actually wrong. Like they must have children. It's very important that people keep on reproducing, even if they have good, valid reasons to not be reproducing. It feels like they're wrong. He's very optimistic. He believes that the way things work in the world is actually okay. If things are not working out for you, it's you that's not doing things right. You see, it's you. It's not the world. The world is working the way that it should be working. So if things are not working out for you, it's you. So you must work on yourself so that you'll be able to get what you want. You'll be able to succeed. This is one of the biggest problems with people that are successful in this world. They believe that they succeeded because they were so great. They were so resilient. They fought hard and they were able to succeed because of that. They don't realize that someone had to succeed. In a system like this, someone had to succeed. You don't succeed because you are better than the people who have not succeeded. And this is something that's very, very important to understand. Jordan Peterson reminds me of students that be getting straight A's and believing that they're better than the students that are failing. Not realizing that the education system doesn't actually reward true intelligence. You just gotta memorize things and you'd be considered intelligent because you are able to memorize things. What about people that can think? What about people that can reason? What about people that can see things as they are? So you find that there will be some kids at the back that'll be like, why do we gotta label a locust? Something's wrong with that. And those kids are considered to be mischievous. Like, nah, those kids are not good, while they are actually the ones that are really intelligent, because they question things that really do not make sense. Jordan Peterson doesn't question the things that don't make sense in this world. It feels like the way that the world works is okay. This is how the world should work. You just have to find a way to succeed. You must be like this as a man. A man must try to do this and that in order to be where he needs to be. There's a problem with people who have succeeded in this world. They believe that they've succeeded because they've done the right things. They don't believe that. They don't realize that, actually, someone had to succeed, and they happen to be the people that have succeeded. It was possible for them to fail, but they were lucky enough to succeed. Not because they were smarter than everyone else, not because they are smarter than everyone else, not because they've done the right things, not because they were good enough. It has nothing to do with that. It's the world that we live in. In this world, things are not balanced. There has to be few people that get to succeed, that get to have the things that they want. And there has to be many people who don't succeed and who don't get to have what they want. And being able to make it from nothing to something doesn't just have to do with being capable. It has to do with luck, because someone has to make it. What I've realized about Jordan Peterson is that he's too optimistic. When someone says that they don't feel like this world is good, this world is evil, this world is not going towards the right direction, he feels like that person is wrong. That person is too negative. That person is evil for saying that. That person is discouraging young people, demoralizing the youth. Why do you gotta say that to young people? Why should you not encourage young people to procreate? Why should you not encourage young people to pursue their dreams and be optimistic? Now, the problem with being too successful is that you would have an unrealistic view of the world. In your reality, things work out. In your reality, things work out. You don't know what it's like to try so hard to do something and you fail completely. You don't know what it's like to just not have anything, to be totally broke. I remember I watched a video of this other lady that stole food in this other shop. She stole food. A lot of people blamed her for stealing food. Like, how can someone steal food? They don't understand what it's like to be her. What it's like to just not even be able to afford food. Because in their world, having food is just normal. You can't be stealing food. You should be having food. So they feel like maybe she's just lazy. Maybe she just wants to steal. They don't understand that it might be possible that she really doesn't have food. She really can't afford food. Maybe she's not surrounded by people that love her, that can actually help her when she doesn't have money to buy food. So Jordan Peterson feels like this world is actually good because it's working for him. It's like King Joffrey from Game of Thrones being too optimistic because he can have everything that he wants. He's a king and he's being treated like a king. So he feels like, the world is good. Everyone must be optimistic. There are millions of people, billions of people that are not doing good. And not because they have not done enough, but because we live in a world of dualities. We live in a world where there must be rich people and there must be poor people. We live in a world where those that are rich and powerful are the ones that are making decisions for those that have nothing. That's the kind of world that we live in. And they feel entitled. They feel like people shouldn't, who are not as powerful as they are, shouldn't really have opinions that are different from the opinions that they have. They feel like the opinions that they have are the best opinions to have. They are where they are because they are smarter, they are better. So they should be making decisions for other people. So the problem is that we're not experiencing the same reality. You know, people who don't have the kind of fame that Jordan Peterson has, the kind of money that Jordan Peterson has, are not experiencing reality the same way that he's experiencing reality. So it's easy for them to be pessimistic. It's easy for them to be like, why should we be having kids if we're not making enough money to actually be able to take care of ourselves? How will we be able to take care of our children if we can't even take care of ourselves? John Peterson doesn't really understand what it's like to not be able to take care of yourself, to not have money right now to buy what you want. There are people right now who are broke. They don't know what to do at all because they don't have money. He doesn't really get that. What he's interested in is that, you know, people must keep on reproducing so that the human race will continue. Elon Musk is like that as well. He tells people to reproduce. Like the problem is in overpopulation. Like, no, actually the problem is overpopulation. We are fucking up the planet, for real. When I was younger, it used to rain a lot. It doesn't rain anymore. It doesn't rain a lot this year. When I was younger, it used to rain a lot. We have mango trees at home. These trees, we had to cut these trees because it hasn't been raining and these trees were not bearing fruits. So we had to cut these trees because of that. So we want them to at least start growing again. We had to cut them in half so that they'll start growing again. Because it doesn't rain. Why is it not raining anymore? Because we're cutting the trees. We're spreading like a virus. You know, humanity is spreading like a virus in this world. And it seems like it isn't stopping. You know, we might say, oh, people are not reproducing as much as they used to. Yeah, and that's true. And the reason why they're not reproducing as much as they used to is because they don't have money to take care of their children. You know, there is a lot of money in this world, but there are very few people who actually have it. A lot of people don't have money. So they can see that it's not necessary for them to reproduce. A lot of young people don't have jobs in South Africa. So they actually do ask themselves why they should be having children if they can't even take care of them. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Why have kids if you can't take care of them? I mean, even if I wanted to have kids, I wouldn't have kids if I know that I cannot take care of them. That wouldn't make sense. I remember when I was in high school, I didn't want to have kids because I knew that I wouldn't be able to take care of them because I didn't have money at all. I was struggling a lot financially when I was young. So it was like, why should I have kids if I can't take care of them? My friends were having kids. One of my friends already had like 3 kids. I remember, one of my friends already had 3 kids, and it was like, why aren't you having kids, dude? Like, you're like 17 years old now. You should at least be having a kid. And I would ask him, are you taking care of your kids? I mean, what are they eating, dude? What are they wearing? You can't keep on relying on the government to take care of your kids. Doesn't make any sense. People like Jordan Peterson feels like that is right. Because if we keep on, if we encourage people to have children, even if they have nothing, that's what we're saying. And these people grow up in poverty and end up stealing. And we blame them for stealing. That's why I'm saying people like Jordan Peterson have an unrealistic view of the world. He's not able to see this world for what it really is. That is why he's too optimistic. People treat him like he's some kind of a king. He's some kind of a genius. And he feels that way. He feels like he's more intelligent than a lot of people. The truth is, the system is pushing people like him because people like him are actually helping it grow. See, this system is interested in its own growth. It's not interested in people that it feels like are going to stop it. It's interested in people that are going to help it grow. It's a self-serving system. John Peterson doesn't promote critical thinking. It's just like the students that I was telling you about. The students that don't question what they are being taught. They just do everything that their teachers are saying they should do without questioning these things. And their teachers are going to love those kids. Like, these are my best students. They always do their work on time. They don't give me problems. They are really intelligent. Well, the ones that are actually intelligent, that are actually able to question everything, are not being taken seriously. See, in a world like this, people that are really intelligent won't be taken seriously because of that. It's not like we live in a world that is actually good, where people are expected to just thrive and be the best visions of themselves. We live in a world where we are being controlled. We are being taught what to think. We're supposed to all be the same. You see what the problem is? So if a person thinks like Jordan Peterson, if a person thinks that this system is actually working and people must continue to procreate even if they do not have money, this system is going to be like, whoa, this is my guy. This is the guy that must be put forward so that he will influence young people to actually try to be like him, to not question how the system works. You see? This isn't the time to be too optimistic. This is the time where we must be questioning everything, because society isn't working. If it was working, people would be happy. You understand that? People are faking happiness. They're not happy. They just have to pretend to be happy. They just have to pretend as if they're okay. They just have to pretend as if this makes sense. But this is not making sense. Young people are confused because this is not working. They don't understand how things turned out so bad. You know, what went wrong. When they were younger, they were happy because they were doing the things that they wanted to do. They used to play outside. You know, they used to focus on having fun. But something changed. They found themselves in this matrix that they do not understand. And they don't have the things that they want. It's hard to make money. It's hard to succeed. especially if you weren't born in a rich family, especially if you don't have connections, especially if you don't live in a world that rewards true intelligence. This world rewards those that are perpetuating their own enslavement. That's how it works. See, we're born into bondage. So we ain't supposed to be free. We ain't supposed to be ourselves. So people like Jordan Peterson don't really stand for what is true. You know, they stand for what works. They'll teach you what actually works in this world, like what you must do in order to succeed. Then don't really question if the system itself is not broken. You see the problem? Because we must ask ourselves if the system is not broken. It's very important that we ask ourselves if the system is not broken. Maybe the reason why a lot of people are not okay is because we are in a world that is broken. We're in a world where nothing is working the way that it should be working. So a lot of people that are intelligent are able to see that, and they don't feel okay because of that. Ask yourself, why is depression common among people that are actually intelligent? Have you ever spoken to a person that has been suffering from depression their whole life? If you haven't, try to speak to a person that you know suffers from depression. Ask them what they think about what is going on in the world. You will see that these people have their own opinions. They are real. They don't just regurgitate things that they've had someone say. They speak their minds. They have original thoughts. They are truly intelligent. Depression is common among intelligent people because intelligent people are able to see what is going on. If you're not intelligent, you'll just be focusing on what works. And here's the thing, if you're not questioning what's going on and you're just doing what works, you're going to be successful. So you're going to end up thinking, oh, I'm successful because I'm intelligent. You see, I'm doing the right things. Well, that isn't the case. It's important that you question everything. It's really that important. Forget. It's really important that you question everything. Otherwise, you're going to be a slave your whole life. I mean, yeah, we were born into bondage, but we don't always gotta be slaves, you know. Let's work towards freeing ourselves. And we free ourselves by seeing things as they really are. Not by supporting things that make no sense. So people like Jordan Peterson have been given fame and power so that they will mislead people. And people will be thinking these people are really intelligent and they should try to be like them. Nah. I don't think people really understand how evil this world is. If you see a person becomes that successful without this system actually challenging them, trust me, something isn't right. If the world is evil, and there are people that are succeeding in this world and no one is challenging them. Something isn't right. Why are they not being challenged? They're not being challenged because they're part of the system, they're part of the matrix. You see? This is something that a lot of people are not able to see. They're part of the system. If you really are a threat to this system won't even give you a chance. It's going to challenge you in all kinds of ways. Because the world is evil. This world is controlled by those that are evil. It's not controlled by people that are good. It's not controlled by people who have our best interests at heart. It's not controlled by people who want to see us free, who want us to think for ourselves and grow and be happy. If it was controlled by people who were interested in humanity being happy, being free, living in a utopia, then they would have made that possible. You have to understand that it's not like people are unhappy and unsuccessful because they're not capable of being successful and being happy, but it's because things have been set up in a way that they should actually not find themselves in a place where they're actually able to be happy and successful. It's like if you were black in America, when racism was very powerful in America, it will be hard for you to succeed, not because you're not capable of succeeding, not because there ain't a lot of white people that are not as good as you are at a lot of things that you do. It will have a lot to do with the system itself blocking you just because you're black. That's something that you must understand. Those who have power are controlling everything because they have power. If they see that you stand out and you will be a threat, they'll do whatever they can to stop you. That's why they say that it's the nail that stands out that gets hammered. It's the truth. We live in a world where we're not supposed to thrive. People like Jordan Peterson believe that the world is good and people just have to try to do the right things in order to be happy. But happiness is not even that important. I've heard Jordan Peterson saying that happiness isn't, the most important thing in life. Like, what do you mean it's not the most important thing? Happiness is literally the most important thing. You cannot say that we were born to suffer. That doesn't make any sense. Why should we suffer? For what? I mean, if life has had a purpose, I would get it. But like, okay, yeah, happiness is not the most important thing because this is our purpose, right? But we don't have a purpose. So we must enjoy this. We mustn't be suffering 24/7 and say we are okay because happiness isn't important. Happiness is that important. So we must question everything. Let's not be too optimistic. It's good to be pessimistic. If you see that things are not working out, then it's good to be pessimistic because things are really not working out. Don't force yourself to be optimistic. Don't force yourself to believe that things are going to work out. Don't pretend as if things are working out. If things are not working out, things are not working out. You are able to see what is going on in the world. You are able to see the nonsense that's going on in the world. You don't need a person like me to tell you that, this world isn't working. You don't need a person like me to tell you that this system is not working out. It's not working for the people. It's just working for the elites. You don't need me to tell you that. You can see that. You don't need me to tell you that you're not happy. You just have to introspect and ask yourself if you're really happy. Ask yourself, how often do I feel sad? Do I ever feel happy? And why? Isn't that a sign that something isn't right? Should I ignore the fact that I'm not happy? Should I be like, it is what it is, man? I like this view, man. These guys try to make a boat. If I get attacked by a crocodile, it would be my fault. What the fuck am I even doing here? It is very important that you do not lie to yourself about reality. Don't lie to yourself about reality. I understand that people believe that they must be optimistic. That's what's cool. No matter what's happening in your life, you must be optimistic. Be positive. Spread positivity. And that's when people will like you. They don't like negative people. They don't like people that complain. Like, nah, if things are not working out, things are not working out. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself about how you feel. Some of y'all are depressed because you've been lying to yourself. The world has been hell to you, but you pretend as if this is heaven. How the fuck are you supposed to be okay? Don't try to be optimistic. Try to be yourself. Try to be real. Try to be honest. Is the world really working, or you're lying to yourself? I do understand that we've been programmed to lie to ourselves as people. You know, everyone is living a lie now. That's what's cool. We're not supposed to be honest about how we're really feeling. You know, some people think they're just strong. They don't realize how privileged they are. So someone like Jordan Peterson will think that he's just strong. That's the reason why he's able to go on. That's the reason why he's very optimistic. No. Things have been so well in his life. He's more privileged than most people. He's more privileged than 99% of people that I hear. For real. A lot of people are not doing good, man. It's just that we don't get to hear the stories of people that have truly suffered in the world. You know, there are websites where that actually were banned because they posted videos of people maybe getting injured. You know, they're posting gore videos. Videos of people getting shot. people involved in a car accident, people with amputated limbs, people who were in pain. This kind of websites get banned. Why? Because they're showing us the other side of reality, like what's possible, what can happen in this world. What they want us to see is people happy, people enjoying their lives, people being positive. A lot of people who work in radio stations ain't supposed to speak the truth. A lot of people who are presenters on TV are not supposed to speak the truth. They get fired when they speak the truth. You're scaring people. That's what they tell them. Oh, you're scaring people. The truth is scary. The truth is actually scary. You just hear that someone died in a car accident, but don't get to see how they were when they died. They always show you how they were in a coffin. They won't open their coffin because, So we are mostly being shown the positive side of life. And the people that are winning are the ones that get to talk about their experience in this world. What are they experiencing? It's not the people that are truly suffering that get to really speak. We don't take them seriously, even when they do speak. Because we've been programmed to admire those who have made it, those that are successful. Any person can be turned into a star. Any person. They can turn anyone into a star. And people that really deserve to be stars might not actually succeed. They can turn anyone into an intellectual, Make that person seem smart, even when they're not smart. And those that are really smart won't even be given opportunities. Everything is upside down. If you really look at how things work, you realize that everything is actually upside down. So people must be able to see that, well, this world itself is just evil. It may seem like it's not evil because the people that have power in this world don't want us to see how evil it is. They want us to think that this world is actually working. Jordan Peterson even cries when he's having a conversation with people that are actually woke, people that are actually intelligent, people that actually question what is going on in this world. I think he believes that these people are just evil. We must be optimistic and try to turn this world into a better place. We mustn't be discouraging people. We must not tell people to not have children. But the truth is that a lot of people are not enjoying their lives. They might not be talking about how they're not enjoying their lives because we're not really allowed to even talk about how we really feel. But they're not enjoying their lives. They just have to pretend as if they're enjoying their lives. There have been so many people that I've seen post the most negative shit online, like on Facebook. They should write something, they post something negative, and they delete their post very fast. I've seen that happen a lot. Even YouTubers, sometimes they do post a video talking about how they really feel, but then delete that video. Why? Because it isn't cool to talk about how you feel. We're not being encouraged to talk about how we feel. We're supposed to lie about how we feel. We're supposed to pretend to be strong. And people actually believe that not talking about how you feel is being strong. As a man, you must not be talking about how you feel. That's being strong. A man must not express his feelings. You know, that's emotional blackmail when you really think about it. You know, people are just being manipulated. I remember when I was young, our parents would not give us what we want when we cry. They will only give us what we want if we don't act like we want these things, if we don't even cry, if we don't even demand these things that we wanted. And they'll, actually compliment us a lot for not crying when we want things and for not expressing ourselves. If you're running and you fall down and you don't cry, your parents will be like, wow, that you're so strong, you're so strong. And it got to a point where we got used to not crying, to not showing our pain. That may seem good, but it's not. Because it gets to a point where we're living a lie. People are not honest about how they really feel because society discourages people from expressing themselves, expressing their true feelings. And that should tell you something about this world, because if this world was good, we would actually be encouraged to express ourselves as honestly as possible. I must be able to say exactly how I feel without the fear of being judged, without the fear of losing something or not gaining something. I must be able to talk about how I feel without being threatened. But this is not the kind of world that we live in. We live in a world where if we really speak the truth, something bad is going to happen. We're supposed to lie in order to get the things that we want. We're supposed to live a lie in order to succeed. And that is why people like Jordan Peterson are succeeding in this world, because they're lying. They're not speaking the truth. If Jordan Peterson was speaking the truth, he wouldn't be successful. The system would really be against him. His life would truly be hard. And he will understand how evil this world is. He doesn't understand how evil this world is because things are actually working out for him. This matrix is giving him what he wants because he's doing what it wants. So he doesn't understand the reality of someone that's truly living in poverty, that has had nothing since the beginning. He doesn't understand the reality of a person that has not been given opportunities because there were no opportunities. And that person has to compete in this world. They didn't even have the resources that they needed to even compete. Like they weren't trained the right way. It's like if I was supposed to fight someone like Khabib Nurmagomedov, if I wasn't trained to be a fighter. And you understand how unfair that would be. Being put against an MMA fighter that has never been defeated. If I've never actually trained to be a fighter, or if I've never been trained to be a fighter. There are people in this world that have not had good education, that have not had resources that they needed to learn what they needed to learn in order to compete in this world. But these people have to compete with people that have had everything. People that have had money, people that have had resources, people that had access to information, people that had connections. Some people are so well connected in this world. They're so well connected that they don't actually need to be good enough to make it. They can make it, even if they're not good enough. Even if they're not good at all, they can still make it. There's a reason why we hate, I don't hate Jaden Smith, but there's a reason why society hates Jaden. I think Jaden Smith is really intelligent. It's funny that people think that that kid is not talented. Like, no, Jaden Smith is actually intelligent and he's actually talented. He's a good rapper, he's a good actor, and he's intelligent. Like, he's really intelligent and he's full of compassion. But yeah, a lot of people hate him because they feel like he was given everything. And yeah, I do believe that he wouldn't have succeeded if his father was not Will Smith. If he was just like everyone else, born in a family where his parents were not making a lot of money, he wouldn't have succeeded. That's the truth. But still, he's not bad at all. Like he's good at what he does. But people hate him because they feel like he was given everything. I feel like he didn't work hard for what he has, you know. A lot of people have suffered and they even gained the things that they wanted, so they are mad, you know, they are angry because of that. But yeah, we live in a world where some people were given everything and some people had nothing. So they cannot view reality the same way. That's something that's very important to understand. A kid that was born in poverty and that has had to struggle to survive cannot view reality the same way that a kid that was born in a rich family and that was given everything that he or she wanted view it. You know? It's important to understand that we cannot view this reality the same way. Life hasn't treated us the same way. Some people have actually enjoyed this experience because life was easy for them. So just because life has been easy for you, it doesn't mean that you must now feel like everyone must view this world the same way that you view it. It's like if you're dating a horrible person that has been good to you, and you think that everyone must see how good that person is. Like, no, this person isn't always bad. You must see how this person treats me. No, that person treats you the way that you want to be treated because they love you. I usually tell people that, yo, man, if you really want to see if a person is really kind-hearted, Look at how they treat people that they do not love, or people that they cannot gain anything from. Because there are people that will be kind to you. There have been people in my life that have really been kind to me, and that have been horrible to other people. Find out they're gossiping a lot about other people. They don't want other people to succeed. Always complaining about how other people are living their lives. Always gossiping. You're like, what the hell? But they were good to me. So I know that, oh, this person is horrible. They're just good to me. I don't know why they're good to me, but they're good to me. But they're horrible. Because these people that they hate are not even bad people. You know, it's not like they've done anything to deserve being hated by them. They just hate them because they're just not good people. They just hate them because they're not good. You know, they're not hating those people because they're not good, but they hate them because they themselves are not good. So if you are privileged, know that you are privileged, but also know that there are people that are not privileged. There are people that are truly struggling. We do live in a horrible world. If I'm privileged, doesn't mean that I should tell people to be having kids and they should just enjoy their life and they shouldn't worry about happiness. That's wrong on so many levels. I must try to sympathize with these people. Understand what they're really going through. It's really weird that people like Jordan Peterson and Elon Musk will be encouraging people to have children. Like, what the hell? They don't even encourage people to have children. They actually feel like they must force them to have children. Like, they're doing something that's so wrong by not having children. It is so wrong to not have children. It is so stupid. How can you say you don't want to have children if your ancestors have been having children? You're saying that your ancestors were wrong. Do you know how hard life was for them? Do you know how hard they had to fight in order to survive? You are comfortable. You know, look at the world around you. You're not fighting. You have access to information. You have clothes, you have food, you have water, you have shelter. Why would you not want to have children? You are just weak. You know, that's what they believe. You are just weak. No, actually, people who don't want to have children are just smart. They think. They can see that something is wrong. Seeing that something is wrong is not being weak. It's being intelligent. It's being conscious. In fact, not being able to see what is going on is being weak. You must be so intelligent that you are able to see what is happening. You are able to see when you are being manipulated. You are able to see when you are suffering, when you're not getting what you deserve, when you're not being given what you deserve, when you're not being treated right. You must be able to see that. Don't allow the system to fool you. Don't allow anyone to fool you. Don't allow anyone to lie to you. That's being intelligent. You must know what you deserve. You don't have to be struggling to survive. That doesn't make any sense. Why should you be struggling to survive when there are people that are not struggling at all? When there are people that have everything and they didn't even work for these things that they have. You know, people who are successful will have you believe that you are not successful because you do not work hard. This reminds me of this other episode of South Park where Carl was voted the ugliest boy in class. And I think the boy that was voted the most handsome boy in class was Craig. So I remember Craig talking to Carl like, yo man, I think he gave him some bullshit advice. Just that I don't remember the advice that he gave him. You know? Like he's successful, so he's feeling himself, so he gives Kyle the fucking dumb advice. That's how people who are successful are. You know, they feel like they They're successful because they've worked very hard, they've done the right things, and they're trying to give people who are not successful an advice that doesn't even work. That's how Andrew Tate is scamming people. Like, nah, dude, you were just like it. Things just worked out for you. Things can work out for you. It's not impossible for things to work out for you, but just know that if things work out for you, it's because of luck. There are a lot of men that are better than you, that are 10 times better than you, that are not successful. You know? That have not blown up on YouTube. I think Andrew Tate started blowing up on YouTube in 2021. Was it 2020 or 2021? Maybe 2021 or 2022. It started blowing up on YouTube, so it feels like it means I've done the right thing. No, there are people that are more intelligent, like 10, dude, people that are really intelligent that have not blown up, and that will never blow up, and that will never be successful in life. So if things work out for you, it doesn't mean that you're just intelligent and you've just done the right things. You must understand how the world works. You must understand where we are. Life is not easy, man, and it wasn't meant to be easy. But that doesn't mean that is good, you know, because some people will say, oh, life is not easy, as if that's good. Life is not easy. Life not being easy should be a good enough reason for you to not procreate. Why shouldn't it be easy? Why should people be working very hard every day and for nothing? Why should they be working hard just to survive? You know? There's something wrong with that. Working hard just to survive. You must be working hard because that's what you want to do, not because you just want to survive. And we pretend as if that is good. No, that's not good. You cannot be bringing children into a world where they need to be working hard in order to survive and think that you have done the right thing. No, what you have done is wrong. And your children shouldn't be okay with that. No one should be okay with being born in a world where they have to pay in order to survive in that world. It's not like they're asked to be born. And it's crazy that people feel like this world is good. You know, they feel the way that they would be feeling if the world was actually good. Like they feel the way that they should be feeling if the world was good. You get what I'm saying? They don't feel the way that they need to be feeling about this world because they've been brainwashed. They've been programmed to hide their true feelings about what is going on. They've been programmed to hide their true feelings so much that they don't even know what their true feelings are. You know, some people don't even know how they feel about this world. People who are in abusive relationships know that they're not supposed to talk about how they feel. They're not even supposed to cry. They're not even supposed to say anything to other people. The abusers don't want them to say anything to other people. You must keep your mouth shut. If you say anything, you're going to be homeless. I'm telling you, if you talk about what has happened, you're going to end up being homeless. Isn't this the kind of world that we live in? Where we're not supposed to talk about what we've been through because we're afraid of what might happen? I'm telling you, if this world was good, we would be free to talk about how we really feel. People like Jordan Peterson wouldn't even be given a platform to speak because of how wrong they are about most things. Jordan Peterson is intelligent, but he's wrong about a lot of things. because he's too optimistic. Like, he forces himself to be optimistic. He doesn't want to see this world as it really is, because he hasn't suffered a lot. He hasn't suffered like many people have. A lot of people who follow him are people who have truly suffered. But because people are not able to think for themselves, they look at him and believe that he's right. You know, he's right. They just need to change their lives and work very hard, and things are going to work out for them. You know, they need to be men, they need to be strong. Like, nah. Actually, just know that this world is fucked up. That's the reason why you have suffered a lot. It's not because you're not a real man. It's not because you're not a real woman. It's not because you have not been doing the right things. The world is just fucked up, and that is the truth. Thank you all, guys.